One by one, they rolled into Brussels. The Prime Ministers and Presidents of the EU, 28 of them in all. They'd come to decide who'll get Europe's top job. So how many would agree with him?
I know the odds are stacked against me, but that doesn't mean you change your mind. It means you stand up for what you believe and you vote accordingly.
Privately, he warned Germany's Chancellor Merkel that defeat today would make it more likely Britain would head for the exit. But once she switched sides, his allies switched with her.
I hope that the UK will be back in the game and take their influence over the next months, and we really need the UK in the European Union.
The outcome here was never in any real doubt.
Is Britain isolated at this summit?
The argument David Cameron has lost may appear to be about one man, but it's actually about something bigger. The man who runs this place, the European Commission, which proposes and enforces the laws, the rules, the regulations, which affect the lives of 500 million people in 28 countries. Remember that name. You'll be hearing a whole lot more of it. Luxembourg's Jean-Claude Juncker got the job of President of the European Commission, despite David Cameron attacking him as the wrong man, chosen in the wrong way.
This is a bad day for Europe. It risks undermining the position of national governments, it risks undermining the power of national parliaments, and it hands new power to the European Parliament.
When Margaret Thatcher swung her handbag, she was isolated and won. Surely you are merely isolated.
Look, there are some things that have changed since Margaret Thatcher. We've had the Nice Treaty, the Amsterdam Treaty, the Lisbon Treaty, all of these treaties which have got rid of vetoes, so it is more difficult to stop things that you don't like. The task of reforming Europe and securing Britain's place in a reformed Europe is going to be a long and tough campaign. It is going to involve many engagements. Some will go well, some will go less well.
Chancellor Merkel and the other leaders here agreed to what David Cameron calls a few small steps forward, a review of his concerns about the way the EU works and the way the next president is chosen. But with Britain only backed by Hungary today, his critics say he's been shown incapable of making friends.
It represents, after weeks of spin and bluster from the Prime Minister, a total failure to deliver and an utter humiliation.
Mr Cameron has barely a friend left in Brussels. His chances now of renegotiating anything substantial have frankly turned to dust.
As David Cameron leaves this summit, the words of one German newspaper are ringing in his ear. They compared him with Wayne Rooney. He lines up the shot, loses and goes home. Ouch. Nick Robinson, BBC News, Brussels.